September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 1. Rumble, 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 rumble. Clack. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Mia Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Mia Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin, then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor, the prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of the homicides down at the precinct, sir. Stuttering. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the window here. And the cause of death, loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body here, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. What's that supposed to mean? The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Mia Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Witness testimony. Mia Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people in there already. The defendant, Miss Mia Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Mia Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Mia Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, sir, Your Honor, sir. Cross-examine? What? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. It contradicts the facts, idiot. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Mia just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Mia would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Okay. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Hold it. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal. Don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Great Water Hotel right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people already there. The defendant and the lawyer. Oh, wait. Back up. Hold it. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. He is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. I immediately arrested Miss Fay. Weren't you a little hasty there, Chief? Why was that? What was your reason? What? That was it? Why? We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just a sec. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence. She did it, correct? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. Yes, you did. Exactly. What about this suspicious woman in Pink's, this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink. We won't, drop the obvious joke there. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Oh, shit. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Clack, clack, clack. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Yes, Your Honor. Why did you testify about this vital piece of evidence in the first place? I screwed that up. Oh well. I know. I'm really embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime scene with my own eyes. Sure you did. And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh, then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? I did. The killer, of course. The killer. Anyone can see that. Oh, you're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. Objection. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? Oh, I know. I've already got this figured out. Ha! I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Ugh. Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. That test results showed the blood was victim's. So there was blood on the victim's finger. The victim wrote the killer's. Okay. So we don't have to press everything because we already know what to do. Death was instantaneous, so she could not have written her name. Her sister's name, rather. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? Well, this isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, detective. Rubble, rubble, rubble. Clack. Order, order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Objection. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being that autopsy report is outdated. You did a second one? But what? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. That is true, she had a couple words after she was hit. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! I'm entitled to see that shit. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have the time to write Maya. That is all. I say, damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence is this. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts this evidence. Autopsy report updated in the court record. Died from a blow by a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Damn. This isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Clack. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please. April May. At your oh, Jesus. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. I don't think it's their hearts that are swelling. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? I was in my hotel room? Teehee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Company law offices? That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw without flirting with the prosecutor. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Wink. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait a minute, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny flaws in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? How dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, if only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. It was like 9 at night. Okay, let's just... Being attacked. The one attacking her was a mousy girl. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. That girl, she caught up with her and he hit her. Yeah, I don't think that works. So I'm just gonna... I'm not even gonna press. I'm gonna go... Oh, shit. How exactly are that evidence and statement just now related? They aren't, are they? I'm jumping the gun here. Alright. And the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. Okay, let's... She dodged? Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please continue your testimony. She hit her. How did you know it was my client? Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique, and secondly, she was small. Who else would it have been but her? That's a point. Question your testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. But what? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Let's say... Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Oh, that's right. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rawr. What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. Jesus. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn. I almost had her. Here we go. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statue-y clock, the Thinker, I think? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Tee-hee? I already see the problem. I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Okay, I'm not even gonna waste time. I saw what she said. She hit her with that clock. Nope, not a clock. Looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock made by... Haha! Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Clack. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Oh, Objection. The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Objection. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. One murderer, it was your first case. Well, only one. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? But that's because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Company? No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. The law offices of Fay & Company, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, I would question that. Even so. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. Can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court. It is inconceivable that the clock in question rang because it's empty. The clock is missing its clockwork. Rubble, rubble. Clack, clack, clack. How could you possibly... Just take a look. Right now. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty, just like my head. Clack. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Who would think to do that? Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. Nani? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening, and now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves that the clockwork was removed is... Da-da-da! Take that. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone.
Oh, you have a girly phone.
Oh, wait, don't shame me. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Robble, 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 clack. Order, order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation, shall we? So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. The morning of the murder, so like 12 hours earlier. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was reported. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock? Isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Yes. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence that was already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before.
Yeah, it's the same piece of evidence. Take it. Take that. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
But what? Nani?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the whole world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible. Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse.
Oh, excuses not on sale today? Oh.
I don't know if you can hear my cat in the background. She wakes up and she whines until she settles down again.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Clack, clack, clack.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Hey, oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did, tee-hee, wink.
What do you want, kiddo?
You can probably hear my cat, sorry. Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Oh, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
Oh. There we go. Have a look at this.
Ugh. Oh, that...
I found this in Miss May's room. And we should take your word for it because... Clack, 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 clack.
Mr. Wright, Please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not?
Ugh.
Objection. Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple.
What, Nani?
Here's my proof. The proof that the... Oh, it's not the judge talking. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... Is it... It can't be... But on that call, she says that the clockwork was removed. Take that. I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to me. Hold on to... whatever she said. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue of the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Ay. Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me? You lawyer. I didn't even get to read the rest of that. It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. You did it, didn't you? Why the wiretap? Sure, let's go for the accusation. Miss May. What is it, you little shrimp? Talk to me in that tone of voice, will you? You killed her, didn't you? But it wasn't her. Because we already saw who did it.
Order! There will be order!
What? How can you possibly say that? Are you mad? All I did was a little wiretapping. Oops. So you admit that you tapped her phone. But wait. I didn't do anything bad like murder. I'm a good girl. Really? Can you prove it? No way she can prove it. You think you're so smart, Mr. Lawyer, but I can prove it, and I will. You can't be serious. No way. Way, I say. Way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay. So the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Bullshit. Clack.
So where does this leave us?
It is my greatest pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Call the bellboy as a witness. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There is something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. Objection. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition: if Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Accept the condition. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly looks like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of my work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening for our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right. I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved in the murder now, Maya will be finished. Okay. Let's zip through this. Okay. I believe it. She asked me for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot. Precisely the requested time. I delivered the iced coffee to her guest, by herself. Okay, is there anything... Okay, let's go back a couple clicks. Hold it. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Precisely 9, then? Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9? Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knock on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? I delivered the iced coffee to... You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir, as in very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. So, how come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir. An embarrasser? French for... Oh, an embracer. French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss. More of a peck on the cheek. But why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. Nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Protest. No. Wait. Please wait. Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Objection. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Oh. Check in. Room service or bed making? Let's go with check-in. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Well, about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was beautiful. She was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Wait, excuse me? What exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I have little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you just say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? Objection. I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite, indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oof. You fool! I've done it. I've won! Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple, it was... the bellboy. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. What a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Oof. Upstart. Amateur.
that these accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby Number 1. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? Was I really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his with his eyes wide, his trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happened with me? Do I get to go home? Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May, he's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. You think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I think that's the end of the chapter. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. Thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Maya's testimony added to the court record. I don't know how much good it will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Alright, I'm gonna take a stretcher, and I'll be back in just a little bit to continue with this case.